This is the Louie T Network.
In the lab room.
Who else could have been but me, your me? Louie T, welcome. You are in the lab room. Of course, I am your host, Lou. Thank you for joining me. Week number 7 in the National Football League. Off to a roaring start over in London. Buffalo Bills taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Wow. First of all, let's get this out of the way. The NFL was straight tripping by making us go on YouTube to watch this garbage, okay? Now, the game itself, the product wasn't garbage. The idea was trash, okay? Look, why are you trying to fix something that's not broken? Why do I need to go on the internet to watch football when I can just turn on my goddamn TV and watch the same goddamn thing, okay? Now I gotta worry about my internet crashing, my browser having problems. What if I don't have the best internet service, okay? What if I don't have the best Wi-Fi? What happens then? You got me watching some choppy, buffering nonsense. Stop being cute, stop trying to make more money, and just put the goddamn games on network television. Thank you, NFL. That being said, this is a hell of a game. And it's funny, I talked to my sister this morning. She's a football fan. And she said, hey, what channel is the game on? I said, well, I think it's on channel 3. Should be on channel 3. And for us, up in the East Coast, in Virginia, channel 3 is CBS. So, should be on CBS. She said, it's not there. I said, really? And I had a conversation with one of my homeboys during the course of the week. And he said, hey, is this game simulcast? Is this on the internet and on television? I'm like, I believe so. I mean, I don't think they're gonna force us to watch it on YouTube or Yahoo. He said, why else would we watch it then? I said, good point. I mean, I'm not watching it on the internet if I can just turn on my television. So, look, the NFL is always up to some nonsense. Eventually, they're gonna try to squeeze a penny out of us by charging us to watch these type of games. And look, just put it on network television. Anyway, in any event, this is a hell of a game. My sister called me this morning and said, well, hell, I'm not chasing the game down on the internet. I don't want to watch it that damn bad. It's Jacksonville and Buffalo, okay? I don't want to watch that game that bad that I'm going to go turn on my computer and boot up Yahoo and find the game and track it down. So they just lost a set of eyes because they put it on the internet. I'm pretty sure there were other people out there saying the same thing. I'm not chasing that game down on the internet. I'll get some highlights later on down the line. So the game was really good though. If you didn't chase it down and watch it, shame on you because you missed a dandy. Was it the cleanest game? Hell no, absolutely not. It's Buffalo and Jacksonville, so you know it wasn't going to be a clean game, but it was much more entertaining than that trash they fed us a couple weeks back with Miami and the Jets, that's for sure. If you're the Bills, this one hurts, okay? If you're the Bills, this one hurts because you look at your calendar, you look at your schedule, and you say to yourself, it's Jacksonville, we have to win this game. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I don't give a damn who's that quarterback. Josh Johnson, E.J. Manuel, your starter Tyrod Taylor. I don't care who's under center. You gotta win this game, and the reason you're supposed to win a game like this is because your defense is supposed to be the catalyst that drives this vehicle known as the Buffalo Bills. And because the defense is supposed to be the lead dog, the alpha male, they're supposed to be able to fluster Blake Bortles, force him into 1 or 2 mistakes, turn those into points, and help you win this ball game. You're supposed to keep them down. They shouldn't be scoring 30 anything. They shouldn't be scoring 20 anything. They should be scoring somewhere in the 19 to 17 range in this game and not allowing them to take this score where your quarterback, who is not named Tyrod Taylor, is going to have to take this team to win the ball game. That was supposed to be the game plan for the Bills. Make sure that you win this game because you're not putting pressure on your quarterback, because the defense is going to go out and play good football, not because you're going to have to outscore the Jacksonville Jaguars in a shootout, not because you're going to have to overcome mistakes made by your offense because they're pressing and they're trying to score points to keep up with the Jaguars. That was what happened in this game early on. The Jacksonville Jaguars were able, and I thought they really hurt themselves with penalties early in this ballgame to the Jaguars. Had they not had the penalties that they had in the first half, this game might have been over in the first half. It still seemed like it was over as the halftime score was 13-27 after E.J. Manuel went on a personal turnover fest. The Jaguars score their first touchdown of the game, and all hell broke loose thereafter. They just went bananas on the Buffalo Bills in this football game. EJ Manuel fumbles, it's scooped up. And again, this is after the Jaguars have scored their first touchdown of the game. EJ Manuel fumbles on the ensuing possession. It's scooped up by the Jaguars, and it's returned down to about the 5 or 6. No, matter of fact, it's scooped up for a 6-yard touchdown. Chris Clemens scoops it up, scores on the play. The very next possession to get the football back, EJ Manuel throws a pick 6 to Telvin Smith. He takes it to the house, and look, that guy is an athletic freak, and you saw him turn on the afterburners in this particular play to get in the end zone. There was a little crease. He had to really turn on the boosters to get in there, and he turned it up, got in the end zone, and just like that, it's 21-3. The next possession, EJ Manuel throws another pick, this time to Paul Plesnuzny, who picks it off in zone coverage on a third, and it was just a terrible decision on a third and long situation. And the Jaguars take that down the field and get in the end zone. TJ Yeldon, who absolutely ate the Bills defense alive in this game, over 100 yards rushing, back from injury, gets in the end zone after that mistake. And just like that, you missed the extra point. And I told you that Jason Myers kid, he's real sketchy, but he misses the extra point, makes it 27-3, just like that. Literally, in about a 5-minute stretch, the Jaguars go from trailing 3-0 in this game to 27-3. It was bananas. You could see by every mistake that happened, EJ Manuel was losing more and more confidence. Ultimately, he was able to kind of gather himself, take the team down the field, make a beautiful throw to Woods for a touchdown. They got a field goal late in the first half to make it 27-13. And I said to myself, Bills are in this game still because the Jaguars don't know how to win. We fast forward to the second half. Jags, come on, I thought that first possession was going to be all important for both teams. If the Jags wanted to win, put them away with that first possession of the game, of the second half. If you're the Bills, you need to stop. You need to get the football back and continue the momentum you stopped the first half with. And so they go out and they let the Jaguars drive the length of the field all the way down to the 1-yard line, and then they buckle down, force them to go for it on 4th down and 1. And if I was Gus Bradley, I think I would have kicked the field goal just because you're up so big. You don't want to give the Bills any momentum. Yeah, they may have gotten away with a stop and felt good about themselves, but you still put 3 points on the board and extended it out to a 3-score game. I would have done that, but they go for it. And when you're 1-5, I don't have a problem with you going for it on 4th down. It sends a message to your team, hey, we're out to win. We're not playing not to lose. They get stopped by the Bills on the defensive side of football. 4 straight opportunities. 1st and goal from the 1. They get stuffed. Can't get in the end zone. Bills take over and they move it right down the field. But they fumble the ball. Shady McCoy fumbles the football, and that was a big play in the game. I think that happened actually in the 4th quarter. Either way, they were going down for points, and had Shady McCoy not fumbled on that play, I think the Bills actually might win this game. But instead, as fate would have it, Bills get the football back again. And this is what I said. I think I tweeted out around the 13-minute mark of the 4th quarter. Bills were still down 27-16. I said, Bills are going to win this game. Jags are going to lose because the Jags don't know how to win. And I tweeted out right before halftime that the Bills weren't out of this game. I said, they're not done because the Jags don't know how to win. And then right around the 13-minute mark in the 4th quarter, I said, Bills are going to win this game. And it was crazy to watch it kind of come to fruition for a little while there because you got the touchdown to Marcus Easley. It's like a 2nd and long. EJ Manuel just took a sack. And you feel really good about where you are if you're Jacksonville. You're still up 2 scores, up 11. You got them right where you want them. You just sacked EJ Manuel. Time's on your side in this ball game, and you give up a deep one to a guy that hasn't caught a pass all season and has 3 career catches and is a special teams ace in Marcus Easley. He catches and runs and gets into the end zone from about 50 yards out. And just like that, they go for 2. They get it after a pass interference, a terrible pass interference on Gratz. That gives them an opportunity to go from the 1-yard line to get it in. It's now 24-27. Jags up just 3 in this game. Then Blake Bortles makes an ill-advised throw, bad decision, throws it to Allen Robinson. They're not on the same page. Blake throws it deep. Allen Robinson cuts his route off. Your end result, interception to Corey Graham, who then takes it about 50 yards back to the house call for Corey Graham. And now the Bills, who were trailing 27-3 at one point in this game, are now up 27-31 in this ball game. Short-lived though. Jags hit the football back. And I thought at that point, I said, wow, I literally called this and it's going to come to fruition. The Bills are going to win this game. And the Jaguars get the football back and they move it down the field. And Blake showed a lot of poise, but it was third and about 15. And I thought the officials bailed them out with a really bad pass interference call on L.A.B. I thought he didn't do anything to impede the receiver. I thought he was going after the football. I didn't see a lot of contact at all. It was a bad call on the play. It gave the Jaguars an out because it was going to be fourth and about 15 from the 45-yard line or so. They were really in dire straits. I don't see them picking that up either. Instead, they get the 17-yard pass interference and more importantly, a fresh set of downs. And they only had one timeout. This is what losing teams do. They don't pick up fourth down a couple of times in the game. They can't go short yardage. They had two short yardage situations, including the one down by the end zone, didn't pick it up. You've got the two timeouts that you wasted throughout the course of the second half. So now that you're down late in the ball game, you need all your timeouts. You only got one left. Then you take a delayed game. These are all the things that bad football teams do to lose games at the end. But still, they found a way to get it done. Blake Bortles scrambles out to his left, finds Allen Hurns, who has just been a great find for this team since he was brought in as an undrafted rookie free agent last season. He's been probably their most consistent receiver. Even though he can have some untimely drops, he's probably been the best thing smoking at the receiver position. Makes a gorgeous diving catch in the corner of the end zone to give the Jaguars back the lead for good. At 33-31, your field goal kicker Jason Myers tacks on the extra point this time to make it 34-31. Bills have one final opportunity to win this game. EJ Manuel just not equipped with what it takes to get it done in these type of situations. Takes the Bills about halfway down the field, and then the drive stalls out. EJ Manuel can't get the quarterback sneak on 3rd and 1. They roll him out on 4th and 1, and like Rich Gannon said, I don't understand the play calling. You roll a right-handed quarterback out to the left, and you really cut the field in half, and you make it tough on a guy that's already struggling with accuracy to roll out to the opposite side of his throwing arm. It just doesn't make any sense. It's incomplete. He throws the football behind his intended receiver. Jags hold on 34-31 in a very exhilarating and entertaining game in London to start off week number 7 in the National Football League. Jags get their second win of the season. Had they lost this game, these are the type of games that get Gus Bradley fired. Instead, he wins this game. You get the bye week. You feel good going back home. Don't know what that's going to mean for the Jaguars. I think this loss was more debilitating for the Bills than it was exciting and groundbreaking for the Jaguars. I don't think this is going to move the needle for them either way. They're still a bad football team on the Jaguars that don't know how to win. But these are the type of ways that build confidence. For the Bills, this one hurts a lot more because someone was going to lose that was above you in the standings in the AFC East. The Patriots and the Jets are playing one another. You're going to get a loss there by one of those two teams. You also look at the situation where you get to 4-3, over 500, you go into your bye week, you feel good about where you are, and you look to really turn things around in the second half. Instead, you lose this game, it's a long flight home, you're 3-4, under 500, and it doesn't really matter what happens above you now, as you have to worry about your own self, as you have some real soul searching to do on both the defensive side of the football. Gave up 34 points to a Jaguars team that they've done some things this year. Blake Bortles has lit the scoreboard up at times, but they still are a team trying to find themselves. You gave up 100 yards rushing to TJ Yeldon, who came into the game banged up. You let Blake Bortles control the game from the quarterback position, and you really didn't do what you set out to do, which was fluster him and make him make mistakes. Thought he had a really good day, and when the team needed him most, and when the team put the game in your hands defensively where you need to get a stop, you couldn't do it, and that's very discouraging if you are a Buffalo Bills fan. Bills drop to 3-4 in the season. Jags go to 2-5 on the season. Big win for the Jacksonville Jaguars. That's going to do it for the Week 7 breakdown of the London matchup. Early football. Gotta get that when it's free and they're giving it to you. You gotta take it. If it happens in the National Football League, whether big or small, we cover it all here in the lab room. Come back and join me as I continue to break down anything and everything in the National Football League. See you later on. There's plenty more where that came from. While you're here, subscribe to the channel. If you want more Louie T, be sure to follow me on Twitter at In The Lab Room, or you can like the Facebook page at In The Lab Room. That's In The Lab Room on Facebook and at In The Lab Room on Twitter. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so.